Welcome, crab sticks. Yes, I hope you're all doing really well. We are doing a 2-day little video here. It's just because before I've changed my hair, I went and did a tip run, got rid of a load of junk. Sorry if you can hear my chip fryer in the background. My air fryer, should I say. I will be shaking those in a minute, and you might get to hear that delight at the same time. Anyway, I thought, right, I'm going to do a tip run. I'm going to get all this junk down to the tip, and I flipping loved it. I forgot, I haven't been for so long, I forgot how much I loved being down there. I felt at home. I was like, oh, missed it down here, I have. And the workmen down there were like that, hello. And I'm like, yeah, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back. I've got to go back down there again at some point, because I'm still gutting the house out. But I'm just making room in the car so I can get it all in, because I've got a big green sack, Santa sack of garden waste. And it was actually a little bit heavy, but we were due heavy rain and everything the next day, which is what you're about to see is the next day, overnight, and strong winds from this storm Amy. Anyway, my God, it was blowing a hoolie. Isn't it funnier when there's like strong wind, all you find yourself saying to people all day is, that wind. You step out the back door and you go, and you come in, that wind. Or you hear it blow outside the window and you're sitting there watching TV together and you look at each other and go, oh, that wind. Yeah, normally that's the response from my backside. But anyway, we're getting this in the car. It's big boy. Look at it. It's a big boy. It was a bit heavy at first. I was like, oh, am I going to get this in? And I thought, you will, Gubby. You will. I wedged it in there. Yes, I did. Anyway, after this, I had a shower and whatnot. I went to a friend's house, and we are planning to do a community thing, where we're going to do a group where we can all get together and talk about fibro, learn about fibro, understand fibro, and how other people are feeling so they're not feeling so alone. We want to keep it local, so that's something that we're discussing and trying to get in the moment of, sorting out, which is not easy. Put a little thing up because you don't want to see scrapes, boy scrapes, which I have to deal with. Yes, I do. Nice little scrapes in the bottom there. I'm like, why? Flipping, how heavy was it? How heavy was it that it actually goes through water, hits the base, hits the deck, and then smears like that? I just don't understand it. Anyway, I've had to zoom in a little bit on this bit, purely because my comfy joggers that I wear around the house when I'm doing jobs such as this, they like to reveal me boxers, and we all know that I wear men's boxers and I have absolutely no shame in it. But anyway, because they're comfortable, yeah, it was revealing my back end. So I was like, oh no, let's cut that out. So sorry, you're a bit close there, but it was better than seeing my back end. No one wants to see that. So yeah, just going over the floor, giving it a scrub. Look at the colour of that. Look at it. Look at that. And then going over it with the mop again. Oh yes, giving it double whammy, giving it nice and scrubbed. Nice and scrubbed. Yes, so mopping the around the toilet every day doesn't quite cut it. You need to get down there, get your hands in there, give it a really good scrub. Just gonna let me cat out. There we go. Go on, Simba, you go. Yes. And then I'm changing the bin. The excitement of my life. I'm changing the bin. I'm feeling a little bit stressed today. You can probably hear in my voice I'm not myself. It is because I'm going to have to cancel one of my Sabaton concerts, and I'm just feeling a bit deflated. I'm not ready to talk about it. I'm not ready. It's all down to, realizations and this, that and the other, and I just can't do it. But anyway, London's going to be a blast regardless, but I'm going to have to cancel Manchester. Getting the washing in. Look at this. Look how windy it was. Like, you wouldn't think it. Blowing a hoolie. And then the camera just went, sod this, down into the grass. That also hit the deck as well. But I'm just getting as much washing out. I'm probably the only nutter out there, like hanging up there washing in that wind, because I'm not joking, it was literally flying up to the fence. It was near enough taking off. I was in the kitchen while I was cleaning, looking at it thinking, Jesus, I don't know if it's going to suffice. Is it going to survive such gales? I mean, I'm so grateful we don't have the winds that's going on up north, and I really, really feel for everybody up there going through winds like that, and I hope that no one was, injured or anything. I haven't looked at the news, and I'm not going to look at the news because the news is bringing me down. But yeah, I couldn't sleep a wink last night. All I could hear was it howling down the road. I was like, it doesn't even sound like wind. It sounds like more like something that's coming out of my backside with a microphone attached. It was insane. And then the cats, of course, they're like that. Oh, she's awake. She's awake at this hour. Therefore, she must let us out the back door and let us back in the back door because it's too windy. Then she must sort out the weather for us and feed us. Yes, and then provide a comfortable place for us to sit so we can wash all night and I have to listen to them slurping on their fur. I was like, what is life? What is life? Look at the state of me pulling up my joggers, vacuuming my kitchen worktops like some nutter. But it's got to be done, hasn't it? I've got the air fryer going at the moment. I did just stop it so you didn't have to listen to me shake the fries. And I feel like I need to shake them again, so bear with me. Did you like that, did you? I did that just for you. I wasn't going to share it because I thought it was going to be a bit loud. You know, it's going to be a bit loud, but I thought I'd share it anyway. My last video that went up, if you go into the comment section, have a little look. I've pinned the comment. Everybody go and shout out and say hello to Sharon, because I don't know where that came from, where I said, look at it, Sharon. It just came out. And then lovely Sharon in the comments commented, hi, I'm Sharon. I was like, this is it. We're getting the ball rolling now. Everybody say hello to Sharon. Yes. So I did give this a spray, but where sugar had spilt, it had gone crystallised and the spray just wasn't cutting it. So I thought, right, I had a bit of washing up liquid, bit of water, scrub it with a sponge, came up a dream, going over the old kettle. Yes, I like to clean the kettle as often as possible because the kettle is like hard working. You know, it needs its pamper because that kettle is on the go 24/7. Actually, my washing machine's been on the go 24/7. Like, I'm washing everything. I'm taking the opportunity while there's wind, because even though it's not hot, that wind is blowing the water right out of its jacksie. It is. I'm well happy. I'm getting loads done. Tomorrow I've got to do endless school uniform stuff. Get on top of that. Nick is taking Oscar to Brands Hatch. They're going for a man day, you know. And I'm going to be here sorting out school stuff, getting as much on my backside time as I can because my hip is playing me up an absolute treat. I've managed to get an appointment. I have managed to get an appointment because it's really bad now. It is really bad. It is now hot fire all the time and it twinges all the time. I can't stand on my right foot, like can't put all my weight on my right foot now because it just causes pain. Sorry that it's flickering. I did not realise that the light was causing the camera to flicker, so apologies. There. If you're wondering what that little green thing is down there, that's my mask. Yes, I'm going to be Mr. Brawden for Halloween when he wears his Attack of the Dead Men. Yes, his little Polish World War II gas mask. And I believe Nick is going to be the same. So I'm over the moon about this, which really messed up my head because when he turned around and said that he's ordered the mask as well and he's getting himself a coat in the same style to do the same thing, I fell asleep that night, didn't I? God, I hope he doesn't watch this video. I fell asleep that night, didn't I? And I dreamt that I was talking to Joachim and he was telling me that he was going to be Joachim for Halloween. And this is obviously stemmed from hearing Nick say that he was going to be it. But my dream was very good. It was a very good dream. I'll leave it at that. I'm sucking up all the cobwebs. Yes. Couldn't quite do it with the end of the nozzle, so I thought, right, I better get the extender out, get up there, and I thought, while I'm here, because I kept finding them. Do you know when you, like, go round collecting up cobwebs, collecting, like, some sort of Ghostbuster? Oh, it's all going off. That's me chips and me chicken. When you're going round and you think you can see the cobweb, but as you go in, you see more. You're like, where have you come from? I couldn't see you before. And before you know it, you've got a whole flipping village of cobweb spider wonderland going on inside your Hoover. Yeah, because you start at one side thinking it's just one corner. No, they're everywhere. I'm constantly sucking up cobwebs, which I shouldn't do because I have been told that they're really good, which I know they're good for catching flies. But if I leave the webs, the flies will also get stuck in there and it causes a nice... No, because then it causes a feast for the spider and that means the spider gets bigger. That means, hello Panzer, that means the spider is like feeling like it's got rights to live here. It doesn't have rights to live here. They make me feel physically sick. I took a spider down off the garden the other day, a web down, because I couldn't get to I had no access. It blocked me from my own garden. It was bobbing away in there looking at me while I was standing at the back door, and it was saying, no, you're not allowed to go down into your garden to the washing line area because I've made a web and I'm stopping you from doing it. And I was like, well, I'm not having that, sunshine. So I got the biggest long bit of wood that I could find, and I wiped the corners of the web, and it went into this like ball of the spider wriggling around, and I placed him gently down into the grass. I thought, wait, you can go off. Panzer, that's a bit relentless. I thought, you can go there. Go make a web somewhere else. Anyway, he buggered off, didn't he? So I spent the day doing my washing. Went back out the next morning. He's built a bigger web in the same flipping spot. I was like, you having a laugh? You're actually having a laugh? Like, that was out of spite. I'm sorry, but that spider, he untangled himself out of that web, right? He crawled across that grass like a flipping army in World War I or World War II, and he was marching. And he was like, I will never surrender. And he did. He flipping built his web again, didn't he? Yes. But I didn't get rid of this one. When my friend came round, her youngest son went running out the garden, and we were like, no, the web. And he went straight in it. I had to get the spider off his shoulder because it went down his head onto his arm. And I had to get that spider off. That was my punishment. Although the child, you know, bless his heart, he didn't deserve it. Oh, my washing machine's finished as well. It's all go. It's all go. Actually, does anybody else know this? That when you cook air fried chips, if you don't take them out straight away, they go a bit stale. I don't know why. Just add me a bit of salt. They go a bit stale, and I'm like, ugh. Why is it like that? It's only been in there a couple of minutes. They've got no patience, these chips. They don't. They're laying in. They're like, we're cooked. Can you please deliver us to the person that's going to eat us so that we can be eaten at our best state? There's no, fashionably late with these fries. No, they have to come out straight away. I'm going to sprinkle on some salt, but I've only got one hand. Hang on. There we go. Just a little, just a touch. You know, give it that little bit of flavour. I'm terrible with salt. When I go to McDonald's, if they don't have extra salt on the chips, I'm like, what is this? Why is there no salt on there? They've not used the salt shaker. Anyway, Simba's quite happy. He's having his food on a nice fresh clean plate with a fresh clean floor. He's probably looking at it thinking, this is a bit too clean for me, so therefore I'm going to pull all my meat all over the floor, and I'm going to spread it everywhere, and then I'm going to use my paw to flick out all the biscuits that I don't want because I only want the pillows out the Whiskers box. Thank you very much. Very proud of Simba, I am. Very proud of, just going to say this. So for the last 10 years, we've had to put up with a bully cat. This cat is Ginger, and he is an absolute a-hole. He is the biggest a-hole known to cat world. He is of cat nation nastiness, is what he is. He's beaten up all of our cats. I've had numerous vet bills because of this cat. I've banged on their door and I've said, your cat is a C-nut. And they're like, oh, we know he is, but he's not our cat. The owners left him here when they moved out, and he's just roaming about. So I'm like, right, okay. Anyway, because I'm soft, he was ill one day and he was outside my house and he had a swollen mouth and it looked very painful. So I had some stuff that would treat that, and I went round, knocked on their door and said, this is for your cat because he's looking a bit, sore, whatnot, swollen. And they took it, they used it, they were very grateful, and he was fine after that. So, my good deed was done for this little Jaffa cake. Anyway, he's been bullying Simba since Simba was a kitten, since he was allowed out. Simba's now what, 4? I can't remember. Anyway, Simba's had enough. I heard cat screaming the other night, and I was like, what the hell is that? Looked out the window, I was like, oh, there's a cat fight going on, I better go out and check. So I went out the front. I thought, that flipping ginger cat. That ginger cat. No, it was my Simba. He was beating the absolute bejesus out of him. There was ginger fur all over the road. It looked like it snowed. Right? It looked like someone had ripped open a pillow and it was flying everywhere. Then Simba chased him down to another driveway, and he was down there attacking him, and he was going roar in his face. I was like, go on, my boy. Panzer came down to watch with us. I was like, you get on with it. You teach him a lesson. And then he came home, and now he's well proud of himself. He's sitting around the house, well smug. He's like, oh, I did that, Mum. I did it. Because then he's done it to all the cats. I had one cat, had his third eyelid was completely swollen. It looked like he had a flipping skip going across his eye. and he had to have a cone on his head for a week, and it cost me a fortune at the vet's. My poor little cat. It looked like a skip. A crisp skip, if you know what I mean. One of those prawny crisps across his eye. It was making me feel sick to look at him. I had to keep putting the drops in. I was like, I'm sorry, but you're making me feel sick. But I did it, because I love him. But yeah, so Bully Cat has not come back. He is never to return. I'm hoping he's learnt his lesson, that Simba has finally flipped and thought, you know what, I'm not having this anymore. Yes, there we go. Thank you all for watching, my lovelies. I'll rant to you again very, very soon. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.